lovely singles. We are carrying on with your singles series. Let's figure out what's going on, singles. You know what I thought I would do today? We're going to talk about him and her. And we're going to talk about, whatever side you pick is up to you, but I feel like we're going to do why she is silent and why he is silent. And then we're going to talk about what maybe you should do about that. And so whatever you're into, right? Him or her, she or him, feminine or masculine. Let's start off on the left. I think the left is going to be her silence. Why is she silent with you, sweetheart? Let's find out what's going on. Look, this is going to be for everybody, so pay attention. Snap, snap, pay attention. This is going to be for you. Whatever your sign is, wherever it comes up, I will call up the signs and symbols so you'll know what's going on. This is for all of you. And this is a special series over the month of February for the singles. Let's find out what's going on. What is her silence about? Let's find out what's going on here. What is her silence about? We've got the Queen of Pentacles. We've got the Eight of Swords. Oh, very interesting here. And we've got the Moon. So I feel like the reason for her silence is she doesn't know what's going on with you. I feel like her silence is because things are not as they seem. Somebody's in their head. They're in their head, and this person is a workaholic. So this person could be someone who's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, maybe Cancer or Pisces, possibly a Gemini. It does feel like somebody here is overthinking the whole thing. This person feels like things aren't as they seem. I'm just going to keep working. I'm just going to keep focusing on me. I'm just going to keep focusing on my health. I'm going to go for the extra jog. I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week instead of 3 times a week. It does feel like somebody here is really dealing with all of this in the Pentacle world. So this person is trying to keep their mind off of whatever is in the Moon energy. The Moon energy is things that are in illusion, right? So I feel like the reason that she is silent at this time is because she doesn't know what to make of you. She doesn't know what to make of the situation. She's not really sure if the situation at hand is something that she's just thought up or conjured in the mind with the Eight of Swords, or if it's actually as scary as it looks. It feels like there's silence here. Tell me more. Tell me more. We've got the Two of Pentacles. It feels like somebody here is waiting for another person to make a decision. And so this person is in their pre-empress energy, understand, right? Whether this feminine here, this woman is in the pre-empress energy, because we're talking about she over here. And so the empress is learning not to chase. So if you are the person who's dealing with her, I feel like she's learned not to chase. And if you want this person, you're going to have to go get them. This person is not going to chase you because they're unsure about how they feel, but they're also really unsure about how deep this goes. Does this person really have deep feelings for me or what? They're waiting for you to make a decision to build some sort of foundation. 3 Pentacles is here. So waiting for, it's like everything is on pins and needles. Everything is waiting. Like this person feels like if they do anything or say anything, it tips everything. So they're waiting in their pre-empress energy for you to say something. Tell me more. We've got the Lovers. There's some big feelings here. I'm going to say that she is silent because there are some really big feelings here and she's unsure about how you feel because you haven't said so. So instead of tipping it in, either way, because somebody here sees something as being in a delicate balance, instead of tipping it either way, the pre-empress energy is waiting for him or her, right? Is waiting to find out what is actually going on here. The 3 of Cups. So I really feel like she wants to see you. She wants to see you, but the fact of the matter is she's unsure. It feels like somebody here is overthinking the situation. I'm going to say that there was contact in the 3D. We came together, we talked to each other, we had really great communication. We had a connection emotionally. It's like a connection that we knew by just looking at each other, that this was a connection that maybe comes from another place, another time. I've known you before. The Lover's energy here. But someone here has decided to wait to see if the other person wants to build the foundation or not. Because whoever she is a high value person. This person is not someone who begs. They don't make the first move. This is someone who knows their worth, someone who has learned lessons, because please understand the pre-empress energy, you've already gone through a bunch of wisdom in your life. You've been hurt a bunch. And so somebody here is waiting for someone else to express their want to see them again. I'm not really sure if this person wants to see me again. Let's keep going here. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, we've got the Knight of Cups, and the Three of Wands. Okay, if you are identifying as her, I'm going to say, if you're identifying as her, I'm going to say what I do see here is that there are feelings here. These feelings got deep really quick. Somebody is thinking about you a lot up in their head. You're thinking about them. So please understand that it's scientific. Okay? It's scientific that when two people are on the same vibration, two particles, not even two people, two carbon particles, two particles, when a supernova comes and the star collapses upon itself and all those pieces break, they're always on the same vibration. So when one vibrates, the other one does. So please understand that when you're thinking about them, it's because they're thinking about you. It's a vibration of two people on the same vibration that are sharing energetic back and forth. I feel like in the future that somebody is going to come here, is going to make their move. The sun is here. It tells me that there's going to be a breakthrough, or somebody's going to see something clearer than they did before. I'm going to talk about his silence soon, but if you're dealing with a her, right, a her silence, I feel like the reason that she is silent is because she's waiting for the future. She's waiting for someone to appear with their feelings. It feels like this person here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, could be a Gemini, could be Cancer, could be Aries, could be Taurus, could be Capricorn, Virgo. We've got Cancer and Pisces, Gemini. It feels like that somebody here is not going to make a move into the future until I know for sure. Taurus wants to be sure, right? I'm not going to be putting any work into this until I'm absolutely sure that there are feelings that have been cultivated here already. Her silence. That's why she's been silent. She's waiting for whomever is in the masculine energy. And when I say that, you could be a woman in your masculine energy who is going to pursue a woman, or you could be a man who is going to pursue a woman. I feel like this person here is waiting for a future invitation. This person is not going to move unless someone invites them. So they're not going to chase, because they know whatever they chase will run. And I feel like this person is waiting for the next invitation. Do you want to come out with us? When I say us, it's because the Three of Cups, right? It could be a soul tribe thing. It could be somebody who's going to ask another person out. I'm going to say if you are her and you are silent, I feel like you're waiting for the invitation, and the invitation is coming. It's coming in the future because somebody wants to see you again. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that somebody here has decided that right now I'm in balance and I'm not going to rock my balance. I have a plan for my life. I'm going to do what I'm going to do for me. I'm going to focus on me and wait for time to pass. And if this person wants to put the hard work in for me, that will change how I interact with them. We've got butterflies here. If this person wants to put the hard work in, then I'm willing to put the hard work in. But I'm not going to take a step forward and assume a lot of things because the moon energy is here. Under the bottom of the deck, we do have the sun and we have the devil. I really do feel like as we go into talking about his silence, it feels like somebody here is worried that they're going to create a codependent connection here. So this person is not looking for someone who's going to hang on them, who's going to hang on their every word, wait for their every text. This person here, I'm about to read about here, in the future here, is worried. Like it's like somebody's had this breakthrough that if I send the first text, that somebody here could become codependent. Maybe this person is scared, has a fear. Maybe they have doubt. Maybe they don't know if she is interested. It feels like there is going to be communication here. And we will talk about that in just a minute. I'm going to leave that right there. We're going to go with a different deck. And we're going to talk about him. Let's talk about his silence. Tell me why he is silent. Excuse me. Tell me why he's silent. Why is he silent? Okay. Got the Ten of Swords because he's going through something tough. It feels like the masculine leaning energy, it could be someone who has a man's body or someone who is just masculine in their energy, whether you're a woman or a man. And it feels like somebody here has been betrayed, hurt. And so this makes sense now, doesn't it, right? The bottom of the deck, it makes sense that somebody here does not want to go through another toxic round. And this person is awake and aware and is not looking at her as being toxic, but is saying, is this what I want to do? Do I want to take this chance again? Is this what I want? Because I feel like the reason that he's silent is because he's gone through some sort of betrayal or lying, cheating. This person has really been gutted, I'm going to say, by somebody here. We do have the moon energy. Well, isn't that interesting? You both have the moon energy on the top row here. So the moon energy, I don't know that she's not going to gut me again. That's why the moon is here. Everything is unsure. So you both have the moon energy. You're both unsure about the other one. The Three of Cups is here. So look, he is thinking about communicating. Isn't it interesting how we're mirrored, right? We've got these, the moon and the Three of Cups. We've got the moon and the Three of Cups. They are touching here. They are touching here. So I do believe that this person is thinking about you. So if you're the one, if you are she who is silent and her who is silent and the Eight of Swords is here, I feel like you're thinking about this person on a loop because this person is thinking about you. I feel like he has been hurt and he doesn't know that that's not going to happen again. He may reach out. In fact, I think he will reach out. I feel like he does reach out with the Three of Cups and says, hey, do you want to come out with us? I don't think this is a one-on-one thing. I feel like this person is going to create an environment where there's more than one person and we're going to a public place. We're going to have fun, have some drinks, have some dinner. Do you want to come out with this group of us? I feel like you will hear from this person, but I don't think that it's going to be a one-on-one date. This person is really unsure and feels like this moon energy could be covering up another Ten of Swords situation. And this person has already been hurt, really hurt, right? You can see that through here. This person has already gone through a realization that the person that they were with in the past was really toxic and had their talons in him and wouldn't let go. An attachment, in fact. We've got the Two of Swords. So this is what is causing the block. This is why he's not moving. This is why you haven't heard from him yet, because his silence is due to pain. Is due to, I have a block because of the Ten of Swords. Maybe he just got out of something. Maybe he is, the wounds are still too fresh. We've got the Five of Cups. I think that's what it is. I think that the wounds are still too fresh. But I want to say that I think that the decision to leave this Ten of Swords situation was his. I feel like it has caused a significant block or a problem with decision making. This person does not trust the decisions they're making because the moon energy is here with the Two of Swords. This person is still in pain. Emotional anguish is what it feels like as I see the Five of Cups and the Ten of Swords. And so I guess I'm doing it this way because I want to let her know that the reason that he's not contacting you has nothing to do with you. You have a lot of worth. He knows it. He sees it. But I feel like he's been gutted. And so it feels like the Five of Cups being here, that there is regret. There is regret that I even got into this at all, because I ended up realizing that I was in some sort of really toxic attachment. And it probably started in fire. I think that he probably took a risk. right? We've got the page here because of attraction, because of physical attraction. And I think that it didn't work out. So I want to say that I feel like this person is emotionally detached. We've got 5 and 3, which is 8 cups. This person is emotionally detached at this time because their emotions are blocked. I feel like somebody here is dealing with a lot of dark things, going through a dark night of the soul, walking through the dark. It feels like they're dealing with a lot of deep anguish and hurt at this time. We've got the 9 of Swords. So I feel like even though this person has a worry for the future or worried that this could move into something where I could get hurt again, I feel like he's going to reach out to her, is what it feels like, and say, or the masculine's going to reach out to the feminine. Y'all know I don't care about your body type. But this 9 of Swords tells me I'm even worried when I go into this group, have too many drinks, maybe have a little dinner, and maybe feeling a little bit wild and frisky, right? I feel like somebody here is still in some sort of deep regret and sadness about something that they probably just recently got out of. And it feels like they're holding it in the mind. So this person it feels like a bit of feels like head games, I'm going to say, because the moon is here with all these swords. We've got the 10 of Wands. So this person has really been trying to drop this, to feel better, to realize that not everybody's going to be this way, right? But this has created a burden. The last relationship this person was in, it created a great burden. And I think that although they want to get out of it, I think that this person is in deep sadness, in deep regret. I feel like they're wandering around in the dark. It feels like they don't really know what they want. What they do want is social interaction. They want to flirt a little bit, but even that makes them worried. It feels like they're worried for the future, or this person is in mental and emotional burnout, is what it feels like. This person I can't do this to myself again. That's what it feels like. Tell me about the 10 of Wands. We've got the 2 of Cups. Yeah. So this person is, to them, love is a burden. When they deepen a connection or get more intimate, or I share things with you that I don't share with other people, or let you see my softer side, or if I expose my white underbelly, are you going to stab me there? Because swords, 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 and now I don't know what's going on. This person is not even sure of themselves. And so it feels like the reason that he is silent is because of the 2 of Cups and the 10 of Wands. That the 2 of Cups, the deepening of a bond or getting closer to someone emotionally, comes with a price. It comes with mental anguish. And I feel like this person doesn't know how to drop the regret that they have from the last time they were gutted. Tell me more. One more card. We've got the 2 of Wands in the reverse. So this person I feel is going to come up with a plan. I do believe that they want to move forward. They don't want to be stuck. They do want to move forward here. And I feel like they will as soon as they come up with a plan. The 2 of Wands in the reverse for me is I am going forward from the crossroads. I'm going to jump in head first, but I need a plan before I do that. I think that this person, their plan is what's going to happen is they're going to offer to invite you to a place that has a lot of other people. So it doesn't have to be one-on-one. It intimidates them. They're still going through some sort of heartbreak or heartache. It feels like there are feelings here. There's romantic feelings on your side, and there is a deepening of the emotional connection here. But this person, I think both of you have been hurt. I feel like you deal with it. Her and her silence deals with it in a very different way than he does. He deals with it on a mental basis. She deals with it by working harder on myself, going to the gym, being, it feels like you're a person who, when you get in your head, you get on the treadmill or you go for a run, or you're somebody who I feel just works harder or finds another project. It feels like that's how you build yourself to be the Empress energy. I feel like you want to move forward in the future because you do have feelings which have deepened, but I feel like his silence is due to something that happened. Like I was gutted, and every time I decide to deepen a connection with somebody, I regret it because it ends up being heavy. This person doesn't want any more attachments. They don't want anybody to depend on them for the morning and night text. They don't want this person, his silence is because he's not sure that he wants an attachment. And look, I'm not saying that she's the attachment. I'm saying that he knows the obligation of saying yes to a relationship. He knows the obligation is, I've got to be there. I've got to be there all the time. I've got to give the morning text. I've got to give the night text. However, maybe I'm talking to you, those of you who are in your masculine energy, maybe you've never experienced an empress or someone who's in their pre-empress energy. Because listen, this person's going to keep to themselves. They're going to work on themselves. They're going to do their thing and they're not going to chase you. So if you decide that you're not going to reach out to this person is never going to reach out to you because they're going to mind their business, take care of themselves, their health, wealth, time, effort, energy. They're gonna put it all back into themselves. This person has learned how to do self-care. This person is somebody who is independent without you. They don't need you. They don't need the morning and night text. This person is confident. They stand on their own and they're good. So I feel like she is in silence waiting for he to make a decision, or the feminine, the masculine, right? Waiting for him. And I feel like this is all really tough because the Eight of Swords is here. Look, the Eight of Swords is here. You guys are mirroring energies. You are. I'm going to say that this is the veil. I'm going to say that you two are so close to each other in terms of what you're thinking about each other. I think that you both have been through a certain amount of pain. It makes everything uncertain, but it feels like that he is in his head. That's why he's silent. And that she is in her head. She also doesn't want the attachment. She is not interested in jumping in face first into fire because she's confident. She's sovereign. She's somebody who can do it by herself. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need your time. I don't need your effort or energy. I've got it on myself. I'm the pre-empress energy. And so if you decide not to move forward, cool, that's fine. Then we're just never going to see each other again. But I don't think that that's the truth, because I think that there is a tower coming in the future. And I think that when the tower shows up for me in the reverse, for me, it's the warning shot. So you've got your warning shot. She, who's in silence, that I feel like this person is going to contact you, but I feel like they are going to contact you because they haven't talked to you for a while and they have their eye on you. I feel like they do want to deepen a bond, but I feel like they are terrified to do so. Let's use one other deck here and let's talk about what happens next. How do we bring these two together? I'm playing Cupid right now. What happens from here? How can we bring two people, that are unsure of the other? How do two people come together? What's the best course of action here? The Ace of Pentacles. It's got to start somewhere. It's got to be an offer. And look, that's not a love offer. That's an offer of solid, grounded, moving slow, practicality. Let's be very practical, pragmatic, and patient. Let's get to really know each other in a practical way rather than a romantic way. The Six of Swords is here. One more card. And the Justice card is here. Before I can justify moving forward, we really need to take the time to get to know each other at the Ace of Pentacles and realize whether we actually want to plant a seed or not. I really feel like both parties are very serious because I'm not doing this again. I'm not looking to swipe left and right. I am not looking for a person. I'm looking for the last person. Like, it feels like somebody's very serious. Pentacles, right? Very serious in what they want. The Six of Swords is here. Somebody's willing to spend the time having a conversation, being very practical, being friends, being partnershiped, that kind of thing, getting to trust you, getting to know you slowly. And then maybe we can move forward to a calmer place. But as of right now, I'm very much in my head in the chaos. But in order to justify moving forward to a calmer place, we need to figure out, is this an Ace of Pentacles or is this an Ace of Wands? Let's figure out what's coming up next here, what comes if you do decide to move forward. And I really do feel like his silence is temporary. I feel like her silence is permanent unless he moves forward. But let's find out what we can do to connect the two here Advice. The moon energy shows up the third time, y'all. Look, we've got a full moon, right? I was just saying, we've got this full moon that is here, and a lot of decisions get made on the full moon. The Page of Swords is here. A lot of split-second decisions. I'm just going to say, someone it feels like is going to come out of the moon energy. The Two of Swords is here, and somebody's been listening to their intuition. It feels like, although it's unsure, I feel like somebody here is going to make a decision, and it's going to surprise you. Expect a surprise text, expect a surprise reach out. I feel like somebody is going to find clarity within the moon energy and is going to surprise her with a text, is what it feels like. One more. We've got the Nine of Wands, we've got the Three of Swords, and we've got the Ten of Swords. And this is what it is. It is what it is. We've got the Empress on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups. I was just saying, right? The Empress is like, look, I'll just pour out the damn cup. That's fine. If that's not what you want, that's fine. But don't expect me to forsake or sacrifice my feminine energy by flipping the polarity and making me get into my masculine energy and then complain that I'm bossing you around. So if you want this person to stay in their feminine energy, he who is silent, then you're going to have to do the chasing. If you're looking for someone who you want them to stay soft and stay feminine in their energy, then you're going to have to be doing the chasing. I think that this is the biggest problem here. I'm going to say that somebody here is burnt out with being hurt over and over and over again. Somebody's in a burnout phase. I don't think that he, in his silence, is ready to chase in a romantic way. I think there's romantic feelings on both sides, but I feel like he's not ready because of the Three of Swords. Because I really need to be sure that I am not being unreasonable with my expectations when it comes to her. So, yes, is he going to reach out? Yep, I do believe he is. I think it's going to shock you and surprise you because the Page of Cups is here, and that's good news. This person is going to reach out and ask you to go out, but it's not going to be a one-on-one date. It's going to be in a group. They want to see you again in a group, and you're probably going to end up seeing them in a group for a while. They're not paying for your date. They're not taking you out to spend $200 on your dinner. They're saying, grab an Uber and come meet us over here. That's where we're all going to be if you want to join us. That's what's going on here. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. Thank you, my friends, for coming here and watching. I will be back, of course, with more readings throughout the month for the loves, the singles. I'm going to go for now. You guys take care. I'll be back because I'm always back. Bye-bye.